Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics, and this is my response to this week's Top 10 Friday Challenge with regards to Top 10 Sci-Fi Covers. I went through my collection and I picked out some ones that I really like, and I'm here to share them with you. I'm going to begin with the Twilight Zone 47. I think that this is a pretty cool cover. I like all the gold key painted covers that they used for quite a few series during this time, and I think this is great. So I'm going with this as one of my ones. By the way, these are in no particular order. This is Forbidden Worlds number 145. I like the cover of the woman with the jaguar face. This is a sci-fi story where because he encounters a bunch of people who can change shape into animals. The guy on the cover, and I really like it. I like this whole series. I liked all the ACG stuff, and I think people should read it because it's actually quite cheap in the later years. This here is DC Superstars of Space number 6. It is a collection of some stories from the old Mystery in Space. Therefore, it is a reprint book, but I like it. You know, it has some Adam Strange stories together, coupled with Tommy Tomorrow and Captain Comic. And even the Space Cabbie makes an appearance. The Space Cabbie, by the way, has made a recent appearance in a Superman action comic with Lobo, not too long ago. This is DC Superstars of Space number 2. Again, it's a collection of reprints from Mystery in Space and a couple of other books. But again, I like the collections they made. I always thought this DC Superstars series was a good way to collect stories from the 1960s that people didn't have a chance to buy or own. Or in this case, there's 2 from the 50s. Next up, I've got 4 books from Star Wars. And I could not include Star Wars in my sci-fi choices. So, and the fact is that I could have picked so many more, but I decided to limit it to some of my favorites. This here is Star Wars 78, and it's a story about Wedge Antilles apparently being left behind on Hoth and how he got rescued by Luke Skywalker, etc. after everything was all said and done. And it is probably one of my favorite Star Wars books that I've ever written. It's too bad this isn't canon anymore because it's a really cool story. Next up, we have Star Wars 20. This is the beginning of a 5-part storyline that showed Carmine Infantino's best art in the Star Wars series, and that to me is why I picked that, because it's just a whatever cover in that sense, but I know what's inside, and therefore it's a great cover to me when I see it, knowing that that story is in there. Next up, Star Wars 8. This has Jackson the rabbit, the green rabbit on the cover. He was probably the most hated character ever in the Star Wars expanded universe. And so as a result, I feel like I must carry this character into the top 10 sci-fi, because for me, it's hilarious. He's just a green rabbit. He's not special, is nothing, but people did not like this character. And the last Star Wars book I'm going to show is the first appearance of Grand Admiral Thrawn in comics. This is Star Wars Dark Force Rising 1. Believe it or not, I got this in a quarter bin. And we all know how much this book is becoming worth. It's at least three digits. I've seen it for $150 in places. Granted, this isn't the greatest looking copy, but it's still pretty good for a quarter. My last 2 are from ACG. They're both Unknown Worlds. Now, the difference with Unknown Worlds with like Forgotten Planets and all that other ones is the other ones are definitely all sci-fi. Unknown Worlds is similar to some of the EC comics in the 50s, where some stories were fantasy/horror, some stories were sci-fi. And in this case, both covers are of the more of the horror slash mystery variant, but the both of them have sci-fi stories in it that I really enjoyed. In this case, it was people on Earth. That's crazy. It was a bunch of aliens coming down, thinking the Earth was uninhabited, and finding out the hard way that it's not. And if that isn't a sci-fi story to a T, I don't know what is. And here we have Unknown Worlds 52, which has a ghost cover, but there was one in here that had there were two sci-fi stories in here, but one of them had military technology in it that I found extremely awesome, and it became one of my favorite stories as a result. And it has to again, this is like the early '60s when this came out, so Red China becomes one of the evil villains, and that they're the ones in the story that are the ones that I find really interesting to take over. And that is my Friday challenge. Those are my 10. If you want to join in on the Friday challenge, you just need to tag, with the hashtag Friday challenge, and then hashtag Sci-Fi Covers. Those are the ones that I'm using, and I believe the others that are doing it are also using the same hashtags. Anyways, if you like any of these books or would like to read them yourselves or have read them and want to say, Matt, you're wrong, this is terrible, that's fine. Just like, comment, and subscribe below. Use the notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos come out. I mean, if you want to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name's Matt, and I like comics, and I hope you do too. Thank you.